Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, welcome to the Perceptual Shift Show. My name is James Quine, and this is my brother
Robbie. I'm a perceptual shifter as well.
And we're here to rock your world.
That's right.
He's also not only a perceptual shifter, but
a life lover.
Woo, baby,
Ka-ching.
loving life.
My life-loving sludge drink is black coffee. What is yours, James?
I'm loving life with my cinnamon tea.
That's right.
Every day.
He's a cinnamon girl.
Cinnamon girl.
No, just kidding.
Okay, all right. Obviously, we got a music thing going. We also have a great show going. We've got a great show for you today. Mm-hmm. If you've been here before, this is the Perceptual Shift Show.
Right.
It's all about this book that I wrote with some help from my brother, my daughter Annie, Randy, a whole bunch of people helped contribute.
That's right.
There's, by the way, there's a few mistakes in the original issue of the Perceptual Shift book because I'm going to be making mistakes the rest of my life.
Wow, thank you.
It's no big deal. So when I say
keeping it real, aren't we?
It might be a little different than yours.
That's for keeping it real.
That is for keeping it real. All right, but the book is all about loving your life and manifesting abundance. Who's in it with us today? Raise your hand right now if you're down to love your life and manifest abundance.
L.
Oh, yeah. Life
lover.
How about abundance manifester? Do you have a thing for that? Abundance
we got to work
manifester. Woo! There we go. All right. So part of the process of perceptual shifting is getting yourself into the attitude of gratitude.
Right.
And for me, and I can speak for you probably too, we need to invite the playfulness and the lightness of life.
Excuse me.
Yes. And for us, one of the ways to do that and get into that shift is to play some music.
Here comes the lead up.
So to get us started, we're gonna do a little intro song. If you've been here before, you've heard it before.
Excuse you.
Yeah, I want to get my guitar dialed in.
Okay.
All right. This is the whole thing. That's a way of pretending that I remembered, but I didn't really remember. I said that I was intending to do it.
You threw me a curveball there.
But these are our perceptual shift lenses, and the idea behind that is it's a visual sort of cue.
Metaphor.
A metaphor that if we want to shift from a place of unenlightenment to a place of enlightenment, if we put these glasses on, it reminds us we're ready to shift.
That's right.
And we're open to shifting all the time.
Yeah.
So you notice how I'm going up and down?
Right.
I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't know either.
Kind of fun. All right.
I kind of got hypnotized by that.
You
it was
did.
like a weird...
So, in this guitar, have you noticed that when I have this guitar, it's sort of jammy against the seat? Do you have that problem?
I like the word jammy.
Yeah. Okay, let me scoot this chair a little bit and then see if
because we're about to jammy.
Actually rest this on my knee.
Okay.
That's way more comfortable.
Get comfortable, yeah.
All right. You ready to rock?
I am beyond ready.
Let's bring these folks some perceptual shifting music.
Let's set it on fire.
Yes. We're going to welcome you to the Shift Show musically.
That's right.
Welcome to the Shift Show. Get ready for the mind flow. You're gonna see the world in a brand new way. Yeah. We'll show you how to love life. Eliminate your strife. You'll manifest all that you desire. The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
All right. That foot got up there pretty high.
It was excellent.
Yeah. I wonder if the guests can actually see my body's shaking a little bit. Lift my foot up.
You can't control it.
Pull off.
The force just takes over all the gratitude.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're excited to do this show. We're excited actually every day we do this show.
Yeah, that's correct.
Because not only are we being of service in a way, helping others shift, but it shifts us too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we get into this shifty position of sort of inviting the universe into our hearts and minds, aligning ourselves with it, and then manifesting all kinds of good stuff.
Getting in some kind of a love zone.
Exactly. Couple announcements before we get into the book. That's what we do, by the way.
Right.
If you haven't been with us before, we actually open the book, read a page from the book or a section, and then answer the questions. We'll be doing that in a moment. And it's a goodie today. We looked at it this morning.
I was digging it.
For sure. If you're interested in following along with the book, which you don't have to, but, peel some layers of the onion if you do that. You can buy it on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, lots of places online. And what was I going to say? You can get the hardback, the softback, or
the Kindle version for only a couple of ruples.
Okay.
And you got to have a notebook, though.
Yes.
Scrounge up some notebook because we're going to be doing some writing. That helps us.
In the actual book, there is an area to write in.
Right.
And so you'll notice that this book has a tremendous amount of exercises.
Yes, it's a workbook, people.
And I know that the word work and exercise sometimes can be intuited as a bad thing.
It sounds like it's not fun, but
sounds like homework or something.
But it's uncover, discover, discard, and recover.
Yeah. For the reason that I wrote the book in this manner is that for me, I can't shift my thinking with my fucked up thinking.
Exactly.
And there are suggestions
they don't
like
play
all you
well
have to
together.
do if you want to love your life is just, get into the feeling of loving life. And it's not necessarily that easy always.
No.
Especially, I just got hit with a bump in the road with somebody that was close to me, and we had a difficult moment, and it set me back for a moment. It definitely made me like,
sure.
Oh, this is a bummer. We usually get along so great, and we're loving and kind, and we had a sort of an emotional disagreement.
Right.
And they left a little uncomfortable. I left a little uncomfortable. These are things that will happen. And like we say at the end of our show about loving life, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a moment.
Right.
When you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not magical thinking land, you know. Life sometimes has twists and turns and all kinds of surprises happen.
Yeah, so when I'm in those situations, I need to get into physical action.
Right.
It's kind of like exercise in the sense of doing push-ups or doing yoga. I need to start moving myself. And one of the ways that I move myself emotionally when I'm stuck is the pen and the paper.
Thank you. Yeah. It's very powerful. It's incredibly
super powerful.
Cathartic.
Exactly. So if you do get the Kindle, you might want to do, a journal so you can do the writing. Also, I'm working on, what do we call it? The Audible.
Yeah, the audiobook. That would be awesome.
Yeah. And same thing. If you listen to the audiobook, you might want to have a journal with you too.
Yes.
Something to write in.
It just takes it up like 3 notches, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Reading is good too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I think it's wonderful to just listen to an audiobook. I love that myself. But it's a different level of recovery when I'm writing.
Yes. Think about it from this standpoint. If somebody said to you, write down 3 things you want to manifest in your life versus think of 3 things you want to manifest in your life.
It's different level. Exactly.
It's just more powerful when you do the writing. Yeah. So we encourage you to do that. If you'd like a signed copy or somebody you would like to give a signed copy to and have me, what's it called? Endorse, autograph?
Yeah.
Something like that. Write something to them and sign it. I'm happy to do that. Hit me up on Instagram or TikTok. My handle over there is James M for Michael, Quine, James M. Quine. And I will make that happen for you.
Yeah. I have a signed copy from my brother, and it's got a high vibration to it, and it makes me smile every time I open it.
Yeah.
I just like it. It personalizes it
Some
more.
of my friends have bought the book, and they said, I also sent you a book, James, that I would like you to sign. I have 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to give my book away when I get the signed copy.
Yeah.
So it's cool. If that's what you're interested in, great. You can also see some cool life hacks and other things
Love
at
the life
Instagram
hacks.
and TikTok. If you do, you're going to hit me up?
I have to on the life hacks. Have you guys seen them? They're fantastic. Yeah, we have one funky note here. That's a good one. So the life hacks are so good. My favorite one is the inside my own hula hoop.
I got to do more of them.
I love that one. You just hit it right out of the park. He did this cool angle. You got to check it out.
Yeah. All right. So a couple more little announcements and we'll get into the book. number one, if you do like this podcast and you want to get notified of future ones, like, follow, subscribe, and that'll happen. Also on Saturdays, we do something special live.
Yeah. We have a Zoom meeting for the Perceptual Shift that is so on fire. Every week is great. There's people at different levels, but the intimacy there, it's a safe space, and people are really opening up and sharing this incredible stuff.
It's very cool. You can ask us questions.
Yeah, we're doing it with you in real time.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Saturday. Robbie and James will be on that show.
Yep.
The link for the Zoom meeting is in the description of this podcast episode. If you would like the password, you got to DM me over there at Instagram or TikTok, and I'll make that happen. And that's it for all of our announcements.
Yeah, I think so. We covered it.
One more thing before we get started.
Okay.
We saw a funny video today.
Oh, yeah. That was a cracker.
You want to describe it?
Well, why don't you watched it like 3 times. I only saw it.
I watched it like 20 times.
I could hear it in the other room.
It was a dude that came screeching on one of those tiny motorcycles.
Right, yeah. And
he came screeching
like
up
a bull taco.
with a microwave on his head.
Yeah. It was a
microwave
very interesting hat. Yeah.
And as he screeched to a stop, he flicked the microwave door open. And what did he say? Something like, I can't remember.
He didn't say anything. He was fucking screaming.
What was he screaming?
I forgot. But it was funny.
Yeah, he was saying something. I know what he said. He said, when terrible things happen to you, when the worst thing you could imagine happens to you, when something really bad happens to you, be aware that that thing that happened to you could precipitate the best thing in your life that's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that is the reason it happened.
Right.
So keep your eyes open for the good thing that's coming from the bad thing.
Right.
And then he slammed the door and screeched off.
Like, that was his message, and then he drove away.
Yeah, he's awesome. Anyway, it did remind me of that idea that, we had the pandemic.
Right.
In Maui, we had the fire. It took the whole town down.
Whoa.
We were publishing, Robbie and I were publishing 4 visitor magazines on this island before all that went down. That whole business went down.
Oh my God.
There were 20 publishers publishing visitor magazines. They essentially, most of them all went out of business.
Yeah.
The ones that are struggling still along are barely limping along.
Barely.
Life changes.
Yeah.
And
sometimes drastically.
And it's very easy to assume this is a terrible situation.
Sure.
I think that what's more realistic is this is uncomfortable.
Right.
I'm uncomfortable with the way the universe is unfolding or life is unfolding or circumstances are unfolding.
It doesn't feel great.
A husband cheats on a wife or a wife cheats on a husband. The initial thing is to feel uncomfortable. But when we look at it like that guy in the mini bike said, as thank you.
Yeah.
Something good is coming.
Right.
Something great is coming.
Right.
In fact, something incredible is coming. I'm so happy they cheated on me. I'm so happy about the pandemic.
Yeah.
The fire feels terrible and my heart goes out to the people that lost loved ones. But good stuff is coming to everybody as a result of the fire.
That's right.
Now, there's always going to be some Debbie Downers that are going to say, how dare you say that?
Right.
My mom died. It was a horrible thing. It's like, I understand that feeling.
Yeah,
but
totally.
For me, our mom died.
Right.
How do we know that mom didn't go to like some magical, really super fun place and is there saying, wow, this is cool. Now I get to be their angels, help them from above. And I'm relieved of all the stress and the difficulties that I was going through in life. Maybe she's a newborn baby going gaga goo goo and having a whole new experience.
Right.
So what we perceive as bad really is uncomfortable for us not having her.
Right.
And part of that was we had a little bit of a dependence on having our mom around.
Sure.
We also had a little bit of expectation that she was going to be here the next day.
Right.
And, I'll be the first to admit, I got on the pity pot a little bit after that.
It was tough, man. It was soul crushing.
Did you feel victim-y a little bit?
I felt ripped off, yeah.
Yeah, like a victim. Somebody stole something from you. Yeah. So it's normal to feel those feelings, but when we perceptually shift into a place of knowing, not thinking, not hoping, but knowing good things are going to come from this, then what we do is we manifest those good things.
Yeah.
We actually magically make them happen. This has been true for me over and over and over. In fact, this book would never have happened without the pandemic and the fire, because what was happening right before the fires, we were getting to relaunch our magazines.
That's right.
That was where all our energy was going.
I had a couple of people signed up for the new one.
Yeah. And so what happened is, instead, I had the Love Hotel thing happen.
Right.
They encouraged me to finish my book. I finished the book.
Shout out to Love Hotel. James was so awesome on it. Did you guys see the Love Hotel?
I don't know.
This is a stud muffin over here.
Stud muffin. In any case, Garth. Thank you for that pitch.
That's a compliment, I guess, Garth.
I got sidetracked. We're running out of time. This episode is not unlimited. It does end. So
this show is not linear. You guys are probably
we go all over the place.
It goes squiggles.
I wanted to talk about that mini bike thing because I thought it was cool.
It was. I loved it.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a pretty deep point.
It is.
When one door closes, another opens. That's literally true.
Part of the brainwashing that's occurred for me throughout this adventure into, emotional intelligence or enlightenment or alignment with the universe is...
Or perceptually shifting.
Is that I have heard the same message hundreds of times by different people in different forms and in different books.
Sure.
And sometimes I need to do that for me to actually get that perceptual shift.
Yeah.
Right? It takes a little bit.
It's kind of refreshing to hear other facets of it and just dive in even deeper.
Yeah. I was talking to one of the guys that I work with and mentor, and he was having a rough time with his wife. And he was talking about all the things he does to align himself and to keep himself emotionally healthy in the relationship and in his life. And I said, well, let's talk for a moment about those things that you aren't doing. And he immediately got defensive.
Right.
Well, I do this and I do that. I go, yeah, I know. What are you not doing? He goes, well, I don't know. I'm not doing the mirror work. And I'm like, okay.
There we go.
Well, if you turn to the back of my book, you will see there is this section called Daily Practices of Life Lovers.
Right. Here we go.
And if you go through that section, you will see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, maybe 20, 25 things that I do in my life to love my life and to manifest abundance every day. 20 to 25 things. Maybe you might want to look and highlight those things you're not doing. Incorporate those and see if your side of the street could get cleaned up a little bit. Because, to be honest with you folks, his side of the street was a little bit messy.
That's what I suspected.
Yeah. And not to say hers wasn't.
I smelled a rodent.
Yeah. Not to say hers wasn't, but he has no control over people, places, things, and situations.
Yeah.
Getting into her hula hoop is not going to help.
That's a spiritual foul.
Right. So anyway, all right. Well, let's get to the reading before we, end the podcast. Okay. All right. Here we go. Page 38. Examples of perceptual shifts in action.
Doing this earlier.
Well, I'm doing the announcer's voice.
Right. Which is not who you are.
To illustrate the power of recognizing and embracing... Okay, you want me to do my voice?
Yeah, just be you.
All right. To illustrate the power of recognizing and embracing shifts, consider these 3 real-life examples. From scarcity to abundance. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty. But by shifting her perception of what she could accomplish, she created opportunities that led to abundance. Can I get a shout out for Oprah, please?
Oprah deserves it, for sure.
Thanks. Thank you.
That's kind of a wimpy one.
A double. That's cool. She's quoted as saying, the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change their future merely by changing their attitude.
Thank you.
Would you agree with that?
Yes.
wholeheartedly.
It was very close to getting a ding because it's so good.
Yes, it is very good. Here's another real
it's kind
example.
It's kind of Perceptual Shifter 101.
It is.
The attitude adjustment.
Right. And we talk about the attitude of gratitude and shifting. Yeah.
It's
what the shift is.
It's pretty
gratitude.
Important. Yeah.
You almost need to shift your attitude to realize you need a perceptual shift.
It's pivotal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Oprah.
Yeah.
From fear to confidence, Winston Churchill, I can't do the English accent, so I'm not going to try. The iconic leader.
Winston deserves an English accent.
Winston Churchill.
Just go for it.
That was it.
Oh, okay.
The iconic leader had an intense fear of public speaking, which is kind of what I'm doing right now.
Right.
But I don't see a big audience, so it's a little easier. By embracing the belief that through practice he could conquer his fear, he rose to become one of England's greatest orators. He famously stated, "Of all the talents bestowed upon men, none is so precious as the gift of oratory." And I believe that when he says that, he's not only speaking about oration at the level of, a big conference and at a podium and that kind of thing, but speaking in general.
Yeah, just having an intimate conversation, sharing actually.
Because nothing, and I repeat, nothing can destroy a relationship faster than opening your mouth and saying something hurtful.
I've done it. Sometimes it's irreparable.
Yes, and that's why we talk about responding rather than reacting.
Zipping that lip.
Zip the lip
when I'm angry. Yes.
Until we can respond from here.
Yeah,
which is love and compassion.
Oh my God, that deserves a ding.
Yes. And, in that situation I had recently, I recognized that when things were going south in that conversation, that I was not capable of responding from my heart because I was feeling attacked or blamed or defensive and fearful about how I was being perceived. And, there was a lot of emotion, scary, uncomfortable emotion when I was having this conversation.
A little bit of fight or flight kind of instincts are coming up.
Yeah. Like I was thinking, man, I got to get out of here, or they got to get out of here, or something's got to happen. But I was smart enough to keep my lip zipped and be very, and in those moments when I had to say something, I kept it very short and, and even in those moments, I am absolutely sure my feelings came through by words of like, okay. Because you can say okay, like, okay. Or you can say
it with an eye roll.
Okay.
Right.
Which is a different vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
And he felt that I was vibing him. So I had some reparation to make. And luckily, because I'm on this path, and I'm perceptually shifting, and I did the writing, and I reached out to one of my mentors, I was able to come back from here.
Good.
And even though I wanted to express my hurt feelings and express what I felt was right and express that, what he did and all this other stuff, I kept just expressing compassion and love and to make sure that they felt listened to. Knowing if I have things that I need to express that I'm frustrated with, I can wait a couple days.
Yeah.
I can wait for the opportune moment.
That's awesome.
That's being evolved from a communication standpoint.
Yeah, and also being sensitive about timing and delivery and those kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, typically...
It's sort of as, do I want to be happy or do I want to be right? You're checking the happy box there.
Yeah, I had one of my mentors say, in a relationship, whoever is angry first, it's their turn. In other words, you can't express your displeasures in this moment. It's their turn to express their displeasures.
Wow.
You need to take your displeasures and your defensiveness and all of your stuff and save that for later.
Right.
When it's your turn. Because if you express it right after they express theirs,
like this, yeah.
There is no winning.
There's a clash, yeah.
Yes. You're trying to be right instead of happy.
Right.
Okay, so I believe Winston Churchill was referring to all forms of verbal communication when he said the gift of oratory. And the third example is from illness to inspiration. This is your favorite one.
Yeah, it really is.
Helen Keller lost her sight and hearing due to illness at just 1 year old and later became a renowned author, speaker, and advocate for people with disabilities. She famously said, "When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has opened for us. We're essentially blinded," which is interesting that was said by Helen Keller, who knew a lot about blindness.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you about these real life examples that demonstrate how shifting perception can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and resilience and success. Which of those stories, Oprah, Winston, or Helen, resonate most with you, Robbie?
Helen, for sure, steals the show on this one for me. Well, she's been one of my heroes for a long time. I mean, the first time I was a little kid, I think I was 11, maybe younger, maybe 9, when I saw The Miracle Worker. And even then, it did something to my heart. It's like, this chick got dealt the shittiest hand in the universe.
I need to see that again. You just reminded me that I need to watch that.
I mean, to have gratitude, blind, deaf, and dumb, can you imagine? Even one day of living like that, I would end up in a psych ward probably. That is so much pain and frustration and wanting to scream and feeling just like you got dealt the crappiest hand in the universe.
It sort of reminds me of the Christopher Reeve story.
Yes.
You know,
very similar to that.
Superman,
yeah.
Which you can never defeat Superman.
Right.
He's the strongest man in the world.
Yeah.
And, wipes out on a horse.
I know.
Yeah.
How crappy.
I mean, yes, but if you listen to him speak after that happened, he was very inspirational.
Very inspirational, yeah. And tried to change the world with stem cells and things like that. Like, let's get out of the problem and into the solution.
He was not interested in being a victim.
He wasn't.
Or, talking about the problem.
Right. And ironically, he did become Superman.
He did, in that way.
That way, yes.
For sure. Okay, so I'm going to also agree with you. Maybe for
you get a ding for that.
Maybe a little bit differently, but
okay.
And for a moment, I want to say, I love you, Oprah.
I do too. No, all of them, all three were great.
Yeah, and
Winston deserves a shout too. He was awesome.
And when it comes to speaking in public, I struggled speaking in public. Before I went to USC.
That's incredible because now you're a chatterbox.
Yeah, but in front of live people, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done it before. When there's a lot of people, it's a little bit.
It gets easier with practice, but sharing from the heart really it steers me in the right direction when I do that. I had 2 opportunities to speak at Santa Monica Community College in front of the class. And one was... Shout out to SMCC.
Yes. Which I think is like a regular college now. When I went to it was a community college. Yeah. And one of the speeches was about perception.
Whoa.
And judgment.
Were you shifting a little bit?
And I put like a Sochi screen up in front of the stage, the classroom.
Right.
And I said, the way that you all perceive me is based in part on how I look.
Right, sure.
So I'm going to change my look and see what you think.
Oh, good for you. And
so I got out of my casual t-shirt and shorts, and I was speaking the whole time. And by the time I changed, I was in a 3-piece suit.
Oh, right.
And I said, so now, if I were to talk to you from this point of view, you might have a different impression about who I am.
Right.
And then I continued the speech, and then I changed in a few outfits. And the last outfit was an outfit that I think you wore for a little while in your life, messing around. It was a yellow thong bathing suit.
Awesome.
And that was it.
That's the one that gets the ding right there.
And I said, and now, if I had a conversation with you or walked up to you on the street like this, you might have a different take on who I was compared to in the suit or in my other outfits.
Did you play YMCA in the background?
I did not.
That would have been awesome.
The second speech I had was about the effects of smoking.
Whoa.
And I went to...
And toking or just regular
smoking?
Okay.
And I went to a slaughterhouse and I got 2 cow lungs.
Whoa.
And I put them in big, like, black plastic bags because they were super bloody.
Whoa, this is getting goth.
And when I did the speech, I did all the things about smoking and the harm. And I said at the end, but probably everything I've said for at least the smokers here still hasn't convinced you. So I'm going to show you the actual difference between the lungs of a smoker and a non-smoker. Now, here's the lung of a non-smoker. And I lifted out this huge 50-pound, 30-pound, whatever, bloody cow's lung.
Wow.
Perfectly pink and beautiful.
Right.
And then, I said, anybody that would like to come up and touch it is welcome. And and then I said, and this is the lung of a cow that smoked.
Oh, no. It was like a little prune.
And I had stabbed it and put coffee grounds in it and colored it with black coloring. And, and everyone's like, ah! And I got an A on both of those tests, by the way.
Deserves an A. Yeah.
Those are what helped me with speaking, actually.
Wow.
And becoming more comfortable speaking. So
it's very dramatic.
I can understand Winston's example.
Yeah.
Oprah's example is interesting because, as I've shared in other podcasts, I grew up in Beverly Hills. My best friend grew up in Puerto Vallarta.
Right.
Had moved down there.
Shout out to Johnny Reistetter.
I saw kids that were in poverty having a lot of fun in Beverly Hills. Most of us were, doing drugs, drinking a lot. Sort of, a lot of us were being cared for a lot by housekeepers and other people. Our parents were not around,
right?
And there wasn't nearly the amount of happiness. So I developed this idea that having money makes you miserable,
right?
Or rich people are less happier than poor people. Which is not necessarily the case.
No, it's not true at all, actually.
So overcoming poverty or even the incorrect message that money somehow, you can't be happy and have money at the same time is not an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah.
But
you were a teenager, so you were dumb.
Yeah. But Helen Keller, aside from everything that Helen Keller went through personally in her own life, her message that when one door of happiness closes, another one opens up and you may miss it if you're not in alignment with the universe.
Right.
If you're a victim of that door shutting, if you're angry that door shut, if you're hurt, if you're devastated, if you just can't overcome the fact that you lost this thing that you loved.
Right.
And you feel life has just treated you unfairly.
Yeah.
The longer we stay there, the less opportunity we're going to have for that next door of happiness to open up.
That's right.
And I don't believe that door is going to be open forever. Now, there may be other doors that open, but we may miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incredible experiences that could bring us a tremendous amount of joy and happiness. A great example is if you divorce or break up with somebody and you're in such a deep depression, and this incredible person that wants to share this amazing life that is the perfect person for you is there, you're not going to be able to see them or take advantage of that relationship.
Oh my God.
Or they may see you as a broken individual and not want to be involved with you because you are not open to the next beautiful experience of life.
Right.
So, the perceptual shift is what we need in those moments.
Yeah.
To be able to be such a master at perceptual shifting that, we can immediately recognize, I don't want to be in this place. I need to shift out of it. I'm going to use all these tools to shift out of this discomfort and into a place of gratitude, love, and openness to the abundance that I deserve.
Right.
And you all deserve unlimited abundance. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
And you all deserve to love your life.
Wow. Definitely.
Okay.
Ding worthy on that one.
So we're a little over on time. The final question is this. If you, Robbie, could change any one thing in your life, immediately perceptually shift your way out of something that's going on right now and into something amazing and incredible. Snap your fingers, rub your hand on that genie thing. What would it be? Would it be $100 million? Would it be the most beautiful girl, the nicest girl in the world? Would it be a brand new good? What would it be? What would you manifest if you could manifest anything in your life right now?
Ding, perceptual shifting.
Dude, are you doing that just because we got this book?
No.
Explain yourself.
Okay. I know we don't have a lot of time, but having an attitude of gratitude feels so effing good. And I also do a long list of stuff in the morning, golden hour, whatever you want to call it. A lot of things. And part of it is writing in my gratitude journal from my heart chakra, not just a rote little stupid. It's not stupid, but some people do, like, I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. That's huge to me. It's very important. If a person is sleeping on the street, they would love to have a roof over. It would be heaven for them. Yes. So it's all relative. Mm-hmm. But having an attitude of gratitude, it's got this weird sort of way of opening up life like a big lotus flower where it feels safer. It feels more optimistic. It feels joyful to me. It feels like I get covered in like love energy. I feel radiant with love outside and within. It's like kind of a supernova in my heart. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I've lived the dark life before. I mean, I don't want to get into a long thing about it, but I tried to self-medicate. I tried lots of other ways of being happy. Mm-hmm. And happiness, it's an inside job, baby. That's for me, that's been my experience. I used to throw up when I'd hear stuff like that.
Right.
And it's like, it can't be that simple, man. You know, I was but I wasn't open to it. But I am open to it now.
Okay. Beautiful.
How about you?
Yeah. Here's my answer. There are a lot of things that I would like. If I had a genie thing and an unlimited number of wishes,
choose carefully though. That's you only get one choice with the genie, right? Is that
No, if I had an unlimited number of choices.
Okay.
I know this is just one choice.
Okay.
But if I did have unlimited,
right.
I'd like fix the neck a little bit.
Oh yeah, of course. I'd have a long list of things.
There'd be a long list of things that I would get, and it would be. The baseboards wouldn't be out of this particle wood. They'd be out of a nice solid wood.
Right.
I mean, I could think of a million things. My deck would be a different type of wood thing.
That's all kind of little surfacey kind of stuff.
But seeing that I only have one thing that I could manifest
that's the question,
now,
right?
Yeah. My answer would be, I have to go back a little bit and tell you that I am addicted. My favorite thing in life, I am absolutely addicted to being happy and loving life.
Yeah, it's the smartest choice of all of those.
I've been addicted to that my whole life.
Right.
When I was a kid, dancing when a song comes on, having fun, smiling, laughing. Like I'm addicted to that.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
It is wonderful.
I love that feeling.
It's very celebratory.
Yes. It's almost orgasmic to me. I will say that. Being happy and loving life.
Is it the same feeling as wearing that yellow thong when you got up on stage?
I felt a little uncomfortable in that, actually. But, I mean, did you feel comfortable in that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, that's the difference between us. So, whereas I feel comfortable wearing a suit, he probably doesn't.
No.
So, that being said, I also tried to self-medicate because I was uncomfortable in my teenage years and I was seeking to feel good.
Yeah.
That's what I was seeking, to get back to a place of being happy and loving life and feeling good.
Right.
And the medication sort of, I believed, would help me arrive there. And some of it for a moment did.
It did for like a couple of years, 3 years, 4 maybe.
So there were moments of that. So I'm getting to the answer of what I would manifest. What I've learned for me is that I'm not able to love to love everything that happens every moment and be happy every single second of my life.
That's not realistic.
I have all the other emotions that come in.
That's a fairy tale.
Discomfort, fear, sadness, grief, hurt, all of these other feelings come in. And I'm aware of that now. I'm aware of that. I don't want to take a magic pill to eliminate all those other feelings. I want to be human.
Right.
That being said, I heard somebody share once, I'm never going to be able to eliminate those uncomfortable feelings. But what I'm aspiring towards is reducing the amount of time that I'm in them.
That's so ding-worthy.
Yeah, getting back to feeling happy, joyous, and free and loving life as quickly as I can.
Right. Like sometimes you get hit with a curveball, 10 minutes.
Right.
Put a timer on, have your little pity party. It's boring as hell. And then let's get back in the solution.
Yeah. So
I feel the same way.
So my genie manifestation, if I could snap my fingers and manifest one thing, it would be 1 second.
That's awesome. 1 second of downtime?
1 second of downtime.
That's great.
When I'm uncomfortable,
wow,
I would only be uncomfortable for 1
that
second.
Is short. A time to take a breath.
Yeah.
And exhale it out. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love my life.
My life is still awesome, even with that curveball.
You didn't really say that to me. Oh, yeah. I love my life again.
Right.
It's like, my mom passed away. Oh, I'm so grateful she's in a better place. This is incredible. It's a gift for her and a gift for me. I want to not take the traditional therapeutic approach of you need to grieve for an extended period of time in order to walk through this feeling.
Yeah, and then 10 years go by, right?
1 second of discomfort.
Wow.
And then right into the attitude of gratitude.
That's incredible.
That is my ultimate goal.
That is mastery right there.
So that's my answer.
That's great. That's a great answer.
We're a little bit over our time.
Right.
So
it was worth it.
Yeah, I wanted to get that out. We have a couple more announcements, the same ones we made at the beginning, but we'll hit you up with those announcements in a minute. But before we do that, go ahead and grab your perceptual shifters.
Love it.
Put on those lenses. We're going to shift back into the attitude of gratitude by bringing some Rule 62. Don't take yourself too seriously. Music. Right back at you. And then we'll have that last final announcement.
All right. Here we go. Now you've heard the Shift Show. Hope you got your mind blown. We'll be back next week with more to say. And if you are a seeker, by the book, dig deeper. Take what you like and now go out and play. Have some fun! The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right, that'll do it for this show.
That's awesome.
Make a quick announcement. If you want to get the book, you can get it at Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble or lots of places online. You can get the hardback book, the softback book, or
you can get the Kindle version for only a couple of ruples and get a notebook so you can do the writing along with us.
That's correctamundo. And if you want a signed copy, hit me up, DM me on Instagram or TikTok. My handle is James M for Michael, Quine. You can also check out some life hacks over there.
Manifester.
Oh, James M for Manifester. That's better than malfeasance.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, some legal term about like not doing well or not doing something nice for somebody else. I'm not sure. But in any case, James M. Quine, Instagram, TikTok. And if you like this podcast and you want to get notified of future ones, like, follow, subscribe, and that way you'll know when the next one comes. And finally, Saturday, you want to give it to them?
Yeah, Saturday we have a Perceptual Shift Zoom, and it is so beyond awesome. It's an hour long, a lot of intimacy like I've shared before, and I look forward to every Saturday. The meetings are fantastic, in my opinion. I really dig them.
Where's the Zoom link?
I don't know.
It's here in the podcast description, yeah. Okay. But how do they get the password?
Get in touch with James. He'll give you the password.
DM me at Instagram or TikTok.
DM. Sorry, I'm still learning.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to do it for the show, except we want to remind everyone or explain to everybody one thing it's very important to know about life loving and being a life lover. Loving life doesn't mean that you're going to love every single thing that happens to you.
Yeah, that's not even realistic on any way, shape, or form.
As we just discussed.
We're going to share with you our secret mantra.
Yeah, we're going to share our mantra. You're going to have some roadblocks and some speed bumps.
Yes.
That's just
You
normal.
can count on it.
What do you call it? You usually say life gets lifey.
Yeah, and life gets messy, too.
Life gets messy, too. But that being said, even with those messes, even with those roadblocks, even with those little pebbles in your shoe.
Exactly.
You can overcome those and perceptually shift out of it and get back into life loving like that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a little irritation. I mean, people get so dramatic when something goes sideways. It's like, take a breath.
Yeah.
Relax.
And the more tools from the back of this book that you employ in your life, the quicker you'll get out of it. Just like I said, my goal is 1 second.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm not there. In
fact, my most recent thing, that from the time it took between me having a problem with this person feeling bad and them feeling bad to the time it took for me to journal, figure out my part, get to a place where I could speak from my heart and then make amends.
Right.
It took a few hours.
Sure.
That's not 1 second.
Right. But at least it's getting shorter.
Yes. Yes. So in spite of those moments, you can still be a life lover. You can still love your life. You can still be grateful to be alive. Mm-hmm. Happy that you're you.
Yes.
Love who you are.
Yeah.
Even when you make mistakes. And if you want to be a life lover, you don't have to do what my daughter Annie did, which is a tattoo that says I love my life. Although you can do that.
Annie gets a shout.
Shout out, Annie. I love you. And it's a beautiful tattoo and it's a beautiful sentiment. Thank you. She grew up with me yelling, I love my life all the time.
Right.
In the morning she heard it. And, this is part of
it's my crazy dad screaming, I love my life.
Screaming, I love my life. But the best way to start becoming a life lover is to take these actions. And one of the simplest actions you can do is just shout out that you love your life. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Yep. So we invite you to join us on a count of 3 and yell out, I love my life. You ready, bro?
Yep. It's the secret mantra. Here it comes.
Count it off. 1,
2, 3. I love my life!
Thank you, everybody.
Love you guys.
The Perceptual Shift Show. Whoa, whoa.